manifestation is so much bigger than I'm going to think a thing, I'm going to say a thing, I'm going to visualize a thing. It is expanding that thing into an action and actually becoming the thing that you are visualizing, intending, creating, and saying. Greetings, beautiful ones. Fran here, back with another video. Okay, well, welcome. 24. Oh my gosh, 24. We're in 24 now. All right, so let's get it started, right? So for those of you who are returning, thank you. If you're new here, my name is Fran. I am known as the Miracle Manifester. I am a master mindset and manifestation and prosperity coach, helping you to live and create your best and most grandest life. Whether that's your business or your personal life, I am here to help you through it. All right, so 24. Here we are in 24. So my question to you now, since we're here in 24 and all the woo-ha and all the mayhem and everything has kind of calmed down a little bit, right? We're in January. So my question to you is now what? What are you going to do now? What are you going to do now to create a change in your life? Now, here's the thing. In life, we are constantly transforming. That's just what we do. It is constant. We are always moving. We are always changing and flowing through life. Our intention here is for us to excel and evolve, right? That's what we should be focusing on, is getting better as we go, not staying stuck, right? But a lot of us, from what I have seen and what I hear and what you guys send me in DMs and emails, is that you feel like you're stuck in this pattern and you're repeating the same cycle over and over again. And let me just tell you this before I even go any further, that is not really uncommon, right? It happens when we are not creating changes within ourselves. When we are not having paradigm shifts, when we are not growing from a spiritual standpoint or from an emotional standpoint, we find that we are stuck in the same place. So don't feel bad if that's happening to you. But what you have to do is you have to identify the blocks that are keeping you from creating and manifesting, evolving, and transforming. Because regardless of whether we want to say it's not us, it's not me, it just couldn't be me, most of the time, if we're not achieving the results we want in our lives and our businesses, it is because we are having a mindset issue. Now, let's talk about the mindset issues. There are lots of mindset issues. So again, I'm going to ask you, now what? What are you going to do now, right? If we have a mindset that is conditioned to lack and limitation in any area, we are going to continue to attract lack and limitation because that's what we focus on. Whatever we focus on is going to magnify and multiply, right? So the bigger the vision that we create for ourselves in our lives, the better our lives will begin to be. Even if you don't reach that specific intended goal at that specific intentional time, what will happen is that you will still transform and you will still expand, which will still move you from point A to point B. We get frustrated when we set these intentions and we have these big goals for ourselves and we don't accomplish those, right? We feel like I'm doing all the work, I'm doing everything, but nothing is happening. It all starts in what we create mentally. What we create mentally becomes our reality. And if you have a lack mindset, or if you have the mindset of, well, I shouldn't ask for that much because I'm being greedy, or I shouldn't do that much because that's doing too much, or I don't want to outdo my parents because they only did this. We have a lot of cellular memories, right, that we have to kind of comb through, right, to create a mindset shift. So if you saw your mom do this and that's all your mom did, if you have not worked around that feeling of that was enough and I should just be just enough like her, right, then that's where you'll be. But if you have worked around the mental pattern of that's enough to I want to do more so I can be more, so I can give more, so I can expand more in the world to help someone else, and not only just to help someone else, because let me say this, a lot of times we fail in reaching our intentional goal because we attach it to somebody else. Like, I want to do this to help someone else. You have to help yourself first. If you cannot help yourself, or if you don't help yourself, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to be able to help anyone else. You cannot pour from an empty tank, right? Right. Okay. So you've got to work on how you believe your life should look. If you feel like this is it for me and I can't do any better than this and I'm never going to do any better than this, then you're probably right. That's exactly what you're going to get. But if you live intentionally and you work on wrapping your mindset around a different train of thought, a different pattern of thought, it will change. Now, this is not just some like, okay, this is just woo-woo stuff and there's no substance to this. There's scientific facts that prove that your mind has the ability to create an outcome, right? Even when you think about premium athletes, like if you listen to any Kobe Bryant interview or Michael Jordan interview or LeBron James interview, one of the things that they will say is that I saw myself winning this game before I won this game. I saw myself as being this prime athlete, this one-of-a-kind athlete before it ever happened. You have to be able to see yourself in the place that you want to be. So, I'm going to ask you the question again. Now what? What is it that you have been procrastinating and doing? Like, what was that thing that you wanted to do last year that you now say, I'm going to start this year. I'm going to do it this year. I'm going to do it. Whether that is starting a blog, creating a business, meeting new people, traveling more, buying a house. What is it that you want to do? What is it that you desire to have? What is it that you desire to see in your life? You've got to be able to have an idea of what it is that you desire, because if you don't, then you are just moving through life by default. Nothing's happening for you, it's happening to you. You want life to be happening for you. If you want to create that business, then you sit down and you get yourself an intentional list of things that you are going to do every single day to move towards creating and starting that business. You are in a space now that you are starting with a total and complete clean slate. You have a total and complete clean slate, right? You can do anything that you want. Whatever did not happen in 23, okay, we're going to let that go. We're not going to hang 24 on, well, if I would have or if I could have, because now you can. So what now? What are you going to create and what are you going to do with your life now? Another thing that I want to talk about is how we get so hung up on what people think about what it is that we want to do and how that may affect someone else. Let's talk about that for a minute. Do you know that your manifestations and creations, your intentions can become null and void if you are worried about what somebody else is choosing and what somebody else thinks about what you're choosing? We all are here to walk our own individual paths. We have our own paths to walk. If you want to be a millionaire, be a millionaire. That's your choice. If you want to be a lawyer, be a lawyer. That's your choice. If you want to start a cookie business, start the cookie business. That's your choice. You choosing what you want to do has no effect on what I'm choosing or what anybody else around you is choosing, because our choices are personal. We have to become a little bit selfish, right? Because in order to expand and transform the world around us, the people that you love, those people that you want to help, eventually when you get your footing, you have to be selfish in the moment. Meaning, you have to be selfish with your practice. You have to be selfish with your journaling. You have to be selfish with your visualization. You have to be selfish with your time. You have to be selfish with your intentions. You have to be selfish with your vision. It is okay to be selfish for the purpose of creating something bigger. Do you understand? Your choices don't affect my choices. And if you have people in your circle, if you have people within your close group that are judging you because you are doing what you need to do, then you might need to think about the people in your group. All of this, all of what I'm telling you affects the thoughts that you think. Right? And manifestation is so much bigger than I'm going to think a thing, I'm going to say a thing, I'm going to visualize a thing. It is expanding that thing into an action and actually becoming the thing that you are visualizing, intending, creating, and saying. Some of the biggest women in business started with the idea of, this is what I'm going to do, this is who I'm going to be, and this is how I am going to be it. That is a total and complete mind shift, right? No matter where I am at this moment, no matter what I'm doing at this moment, this is where I'm going to be. This is where I'm going. This is who I am. Right? That is manifestation at its finest, because you are actually speaking it out. When you speak it out, it becomes real. When you write it down, it becomes real. When you are intentional about the way that you choose to live, you create a conscious shift. Not a subconscious shift. You create a conscious shift. The minute you say, I am, boom, you have created that shift. You have created the paradigm shift that says, okay, we're going to move from not being this to being all of this. My question to you is, what now? Let me give you some homework. So what I want you to do this week, right? I want you to take some time. I want you to get quiet. I want you to grab your journal. And I want you to write down 5 things that you would like to see happen for you this year, right? I want you to write them in the current tense. So instead of saying I will or I can or this is, I want you to say I am, I earn, I am so thankful that I have created this. Boom. I want you to write it as if it is. Just 5 things. And what I want you to do is just not jump into 5 things, right? I want you to really dig deep and think about what it is that you truly want. Because here's the thing. A lot of times we don't take our big desires to the universe. We don't put them out there because we're like, I don't know if that's going to really happen. So I'm not going to ask for that because I really don't know. But this is what I want you to do with these desires, right? I want you to test the universe. I want you to test the universe. And I want you to say, okay, universe, since I'm so marvelous, I'm so wonderful, I'm so blessed, and I can create and have anything that I desire, here's what I really desire. Give it to me. Show me. Inspire me to take these actions too. Help me co-create this with you. And I will guarantee you one thing. If you are available and allowing, the universe will show up for you. I promise you that. All right, so we're going to come back and we're going to talk about this a little bit more. But I just want you to start there. And you know what? I even want you to write in your journal, what now? What will I create now? All right, y'all. I will talk to you soon. Bye for now.